Welcome to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. Each month, we'll feature business and community leaders sharing their stories, initiatives, concerns, and passions. Learn practical information regarding community resources and opportunities. Now, the host of Business Voice, Greece Regional Chamber President and CEO, Sarah Lentini.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Bartolomeo and Perotto Funeral Home. I'm Sarah Lentini, your host, and also the president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. We have a fantastic show for you today, 4 wonderful guests, and I'm very excited to get to the first of these, Jeff Motter from Spectrum Reach. Welcome, Jeff.
Well, thank you for having me today, Sarah. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great to have you on the show, and I've never had the pleasure of talking with you before, so I'm going to learn, as our listeners do, about you, and of course I do already know about Spectrum Reach, and I'll ask you to talk a little about that as well. But tell us a little bit about you. What is your role at Spectrum Reach, and what do you do? And maybe maybe I'll follow that up with a little bit about your background. What is your title and your role?
Well, I'm the director of sales here for the Rochester market. I'm actually responsible for all the advertising that we do here on our different products that we have and the data and stuff that we collect from the market. So my main role here is just basically to, help local businesses get and actually reach the customers they're trying to reach.
Right, which is perfect for the Chamber's audience and the Chamber's particular interest, because you do have a great focus and set of products and services for businesses, perhaps especially small businesses, which is our sweet spot as well. So tell us a little bit about you. Where were you previously? How did you come to be the sales director for Spectrum Reach?
Well, yeah, actually, I've had an interesting past. I've been in the business for over almost 22 years, something like that.
That's a good number.
It's been quite a while here. I started off really with Comcast, actually, in the middle of Pennsylvania as a senior director for them, actually on their advertising arm that's now called Effective. I did that for about almost 18 years, and then went through some restructuring, and then I actually got on with Spectrum Reach just last year, and I was spending some time out in Youngstown market with them, and this opportunity came available, and I got to tell you, you guys have a great community here.
Yes,
love what I've seen here so far. I mean, I live right beside Penn State. I have a house in State College as well, and they call it Happy Valley, but I would say that I would actually call this Happy Valley as well. I love this place.
Well, that's great. Always it's good for us to hear how wonderful the community is, especially to an outsider, and of course great for you now that you've relocated here. So tell us now a little bit about Spectrum Reach. You mentioned already you have products and services for small business, but you're also, speaking of big companies like Comcast, Spectrum Reach is, for starters, immediately under the umbrella of Spectrum, right? Spectrum, the cable company?
Yes, that's correct. We're actually all part of Charter Communications. To break the different companies are broken out into different branches so that we can really focus down to our customers and do the things that we can help our customers out with. And, basically from coast to coast, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf, we basically are all over the place. Just especially in this market alone, we actually have 34 employees in the Rochester office residing in the 9 counties, which, are around here. And, basically we want to try to help our local businesses. Some of the things that we do is that, we're the regulars at the restaurants, and we're parents in the PTA and the volunteers in the community, and, we know your neighbors because we're your neighbors too, and we're the advertising experts here with access to about every tool that any person can help to grow that maybe small businesses don't have access to. We have thousands of hours of premium video programming across some of the world's best networks and streaming services. We have over 100 million consumer impressions available every day on every screen and every device. There's billions of data points out there that translate into insights that we use, and the idea is that turn consumers into customers. And we do this all basically under one roof here, under Spectrum Reach. And we know the 3 things better than anyone else, really, is that we know how to harness the power of multi-screen advertising that will help local businesses. We how to offer a simplified one-stop approach to marketing solutions. And then we make what our towns and cities tick. So hopefully, like a little nutshell, that's sort of what we do.
it sounds very big and very comprehensive and possibly a little bit intimidating, if I may say so. So let's say I'm a small business, maybe somewhere in the 1 to 5 people kind of size. I know there are quite a lot of businesses in that space. And I wanted to work with you or get help. First of all, is it possible that I could afford you? And then, how might I start and what might I start with?
Those are great questions, because we help small businesses, any size, to big businesses. It doesn't matter. What we really try to do is we really want to find out what really the need is behind the need that the business needs. So we have all these different products. Instead of just giving them a flavor of the day, we really like to sit down and we ask a lot of questions to find out more about the business, and then we use the data points. But you don't have to have a lot of money. It's like one of the things that a lot of people talk about. I got to have tens and thousands of dollars a month to be effective to do this, and you really don't. I mean, especially some of the products that we have, it can be $1,000 a month, and it really comes back to what you're trying to target and how fast you want to get results. And our team of experts here, what we really specialize in is just really taking the time, and like I said, that not being that flavor of the day, but we're trying to find out more about that customer's business, and we try to do some research and things ahead of time before we're meeting with them, so that gives us a better direction. And especially when you're talking about a small business where, $10,000 a year in advertising is a lot of money to them, and that's very important. We want to make sure that money is maximized. So it really depends on the business and what they're trying to do, and we do a lot of things like attach it to return on investment, so that they can actually see that, hey, I can afford to invest this to make sure I want to grow my business here, and we work with people on that.
So people shouldn't be they shouldn't hesitate to reach out to you guys to start a conversation, and it sounds like you will tailor a solution that fits both their budget as well as their advertising and marketing needs. Is that correct?
Absolutely, and we work with people that have, some people get co-op back from some of the products they sell. We will work with anything, and we'll try to make it as simple as possible. Okay. And the best way to do that is that initial appointment, which we call it a needs analysis, where we go down and we ask a lot of questions, where we're not just coming in and trying to pitch products and whatever the product that we believe is the best for them without asking them more about their business, because sometimes what we really find out, what we might have thought they were really wanted to target is something different. So right. It's being that trusted advisor. We call it the BFF, a best friend. We want to be there. You hear that a lot locally, right. And especially with the times that are going on right now, it's extremely important for us to help our business community and help our little businesses out, because those are the ones that really are the backbones to us and what we do here in the community. Right.
And you guys, I know you've run some very lovely promotions in the past, especially during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. You had offers that were, it looked like they were extremely generous, spectacular, aimed at small businesses. Is that something that do you have any plans, anything that you're looking to offer or to do that might be of special interest to the business community in the next few months or the next year?
No, yeah, actually, we actually are coming up on where we actually really do a heavy focus on 2021 with our future customers, new customers. We do have. I guess we're going to take a step back. If you're a new customer, haven't done anything with us before, we certainly want to try out, help people starting out with their businesses and stuff, and we'll work with them. And we do have some offers like that, but we also have our annual customers that we work with every year, and so I guess we have different packages tailored to different businesses depending on what they need, and there are additional offers and things that we have here that we have to help out, even to the point where we can do some production things for them as well.
Oh, that's great. And just to kind of go back to the products and the services, if I've understood correctly, but I just want to kind of make sure that I have, but also to make sure the listening audience is hearing this, you can help people market on the web, right?
Yeah, actually, it's kind of interesting because you hear many different words. You hear web, digital, advanced advertising. As a matter of fact, we've just rebranded our product we call streaming TV. So we try to make it simpler to understand, and we do have so many different touch points. We can actually reach over 95% of the market with the various products that we have. So that's why it's important for that meeting that we have to find out so that we can then use the product that's appropriate to help them get the results that they're looking for. So if we do everything the way that we do it, we'll get the results based off of the questions that we have, and we find out that we've built a story for their customers where they want to grow their business by selling more hats. And they want to sell these kind of hats, but they have to target them to a certain person. But that person's only watching certain things online or digitally or the web, and we can target those people. So that's awesome. The thing is, yep.
It's really awesome. And so you can target viewers of, all the different channels, right, that are on TV.
Yeah. Yep, and not just TV, Sarah. Actually, we actually hit everybody. And that's the kind of thing where you're just the cable company, and that's not really what we do. We're the multimedia company that actually we can hit many different sources. Even if you're not a Spectrum subscriber, we can even still reach those people. So that's why when I said we can reach 95% of the market, there's other ways that we can reach customers that currently aren't maybe a Spectrum customer.
So you really meant 95% of the market, which is pretty phenomenal. Yep. That's phenomenal reach. And then just not to belabor this, but then you're able to track, in essence, the type of consumer you've put the ad in front of. It's very intentional, and then the response from the consumer, and you're really able to track the effectiveness of the ad for the person who's the business that's investing, correct?
Absolutely. The three main things, Sarah, is that we have more data that we use to help us to pinpoint where to send the ads to, so we send them to the right people. That's so great. We reach the right people, but the transparency on the back end is the most important part. We actually give our customers the ability to actually see where their campaigns are going in real time. We give them a link. It's called Audience Track. It's our self-made internal thing that we have that actually lets any customer that has a campaign running can click on that, let's say at midnight tonight, and see that, hey, my spots are supposed to run tomorrow at this time. I've been doing this well with the campaign. I can see where my results are. So we're big on being transparent, not only asking a lot of questions on the front side to find out what that need is, and then taking the data, reaching those right audiences, and then giving them transparency to see how they're going and measured, and not waiting till the end of the month to say, hey, well, how well did I do with this?
That's fantastic. I bet your customers love the fact that they can kind of see the results actually in real time, and what amazing reach. So Spectrum reach, in fact, right? So I don't want to let you go without making sure that we tell people how to reach you. I don't know, what's the best way? Not everybody. Some people are more comfortable one way or another. Is there a phone number? Is there a web address? Where should we send them?
Well, you can either go to our Spectrum Reach, www.spectrumreach.com. But if for locally, I love to talk to people. They can certainly call me here at the office, at the 585-419-9016. I love talking to local people, and then I'm able to make sure we match you up with somebody here to come out and talk to them. And from a local perspective, that gives everybody the opportunity to just come through and do that.
That's great. All right, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show, Jeff Motter, Spectrum Reach. We hope that you come back again real soon, and thank you for everything that you've been doing for small business.
No, thank you for having us on, and thank you for being a valuable part of our community. Really appreciate that, Sarah.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. All right, don't go away. We're going to be right back with my next guest. Don't flip that dial.
The loss of a loved one can be an overwhelming time of hectic activity and high emotion. Remembering and celebrating the lives of those who have passed is important and fulfilling. A meaningful farewell, focusing on their life story, can help with healing. Some families turn to the clergy at their church to capture the essence of a person's life. However, those who may not be connected with the church may worry there is no one to fulfill this important role. At Bartolomeo and Perotto, we believe that a life remembered lives on. One of our trained funeral celebrants can help you thoughtfully design and organize your loved one's treasured memories and ensure that the story of their life is not forgotten. Discover how you can create a meaningful farewell. Visit Bartolomeo.com or call us today at 585-720-6000.
Since 1983, Herco Computers is Rochester's first and most experienced custom computer system builder. Herco Computers is proud to be working with many of our original customers, including the Greece Chamber of Commerce. Whether you need a custom business PC, gaming system, or network server, Herco Computers can build you a custom computer system that exceeds your expectations. Herco Computers also offers complete IT support for your business. We can configure your business network, provide security from viruses and ransomware to keep your business or medical office running the way it should be. Herco Computers is also a full-service provider of network wiring, Wi-Fi, and network camera systems. Need to upgrade from Windows 7? Give Herco Computers a call at 227-1270 to discuss your options to get your business upgraded to Windows 10. Herco Computers is proudly locally owned and operated since 1983. Call us at 227-1270 and schedule your Herco Computers free IT evaluation. Herco Computers, 227-1270.
At WellNow Urgent Care, we know access to safe, reliable care is important now more than ever. That's why we're taking convenient care to another level. Our center on Dewey Avenue is now open 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. with new safety standards in place. So don't delay care. We are open, safe, and ready to see you. Visit wellnow.com to check in online or walk in to one of our nearby locations in Irondequoit, Gates, and Fairport.
If you're looking to market and grow your business, make new business connections, and give back to the community in a meaningful way, consider joining the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. We're the largest suburban chamber in Monroe County, and we offer networking, education, marketing, insurance, and advocacy. You do not need to live or work in Greece to join. Our members come from throughout the region. In short, we're better together, and together, we're moving business forward. Visit greecechamber.org or call 585-227-7272 to join today.
Alexa, play WYSL. And hear the WYSL stations worldwide. WYSL1040.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Bartolomeo and Perotto Funeral Home. I'm Sarah Lentini, your host and the president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. And we've got a wonderful next guest who's been on the show before, maybe familiar to some of you, JJ Potrikus of Blink Fitness. Welcome, JJ.
Thanks for having me.
Great to be talking with you, and of course everything has been virtual these days. So we're so looking forward to the reopening as it's unfolding. And part of the great news that we have to tell folks today is that Blink Fitness is reopened. Correct?
Yes, we are. We opened on Monday, August 24th, and have been open now for 4 days and operating safely. Our inspection is tomorrow, and we are just really excited to show the town of Greece what we can do. Yep.
And, because our listeners are from all over, Business Voice is on WYSL, which has a sort of a broad regional reach. It might be good to tell folks a little bit about Blink Fitness and all of its locations, because you don't just operate in Greece. And the story of Blink is a great story, right? Didn't the business itself originate out of New York City?
Yes, so Blink was founded in 2011 in New York City as a value player here with a membership starting at $15 a month. And at Blink, we believe that exercise isn't just about looking good; it's about how it makes you feel. Nice. So we have what we call our Feel Good Experience. That means everyone at Blink is a mood lifter. They're going to greet you with enthusiasm and treat you with respect. We also have an everyone cleans philosophy. So we came into the market with that everyone cleans philosophy, and it was something that we put into our value proposition that we really believe in, just cleanliness here. And all of our mood lifters are always going around the gym, and every half hour we do what we call a sweep, where they're picking up weights and they're cleaning, and they're just always just going around. And we valued cleanliness right from the get-go here, and which is why we really believe Blink is built for this right now. Our protocols have been next level here, and we've just elevated that level of cleanliness here. We also have energizing music and a bright, vibrant design in there, nationally certified personal trainers, and just sort of a world-class app, the Blink app that we've released that has over 500 digital workouts, healthy recipes, healthy recipes, meditations, just overall wellness pieces to it that members actually and the community at large right now is able to try out for free. If you search for the Blink Fitness app in either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, you can actually try it free for 30 days.
That's fantastic. So Blink Fitness, just look for the Blink Fitness app, rather. And the Greece location, which is, the Greater Rochester Greece location, is one of at least a couple in the upstate central New York area that are all, owned under one umbrella. Isn't that right?
Yes. So we are a part of the our franchise territory spans the entire region of upstate New York, 46 counties north of Westchester. So we opened our first 2 Blink Fitness locations in Syracuse. We have one in Liverpool and one in Onondaga. And then we opened Greece was our 3rd location. We're looking at multiple locations in the Rochester market at the moment right now. So Greece opened our first Monroe County location was January 6th of this year. So we were open for about 2 months, and obviously got punched in the face with the pandemic here, but we're really excited to be back. Honestly, Monroe County, we've been waiting 5 months to be back for you and show you what we're all about, and just really excited to have the opportunity to welcome our members back. Yeah,
and it's a great, big, bright, modern, beautiful space. We were very honored to be participants in your ribbon cutting event early on. I guess that must have been January, right? And what a great team of people! Oh my gosh, we were
honored to have you. And sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Very nice, thank you.
We were honored to have you, and we have a phenomenal team. I had one of my managers who really took over, left Syracuse, just up and left Syracuse, and moved to Rochester in a period of 7 to 10 days. And her name is Amaja, and she is just such a high energy, she is the queen mood lifter out there, we tell everyone, and she's built an amazing team of people and personal trainers and just really connects with her members there. They all, you're greeted with a smile every time you walk in the door. And now she's got a mask on, but you can read the smile through her eyes right now.
Yeah. I actually don't think I've ever seen Amaja without a big, beautiful smile. And, I'm thinking this is her new nickname, Amazing Amaja, right? It's kind of perfect. Yep. So, she is terrific. She's incredibly likable, kind. She's a perfect person for the role, and really, no kidding, I have never seen her without a big smile. So she's a perfect person to have chosen. Now that you're reopened, how do people connect with you if somebody now wants to either go to the gym and they were members, or if they are brand new members, can they join online and start to, how does that work?
Right, so we are accepting new memberships right now since we are a brand new club here, and they can join online at blinkfitness.com. It'll, they find their location in Greece, and right now you can join for as low as $1 for our Blue membership, which allows you to bring a guest. Wow. And we also have just relaunched with a brand new $10 a month membership. It's called our Orange membership, and that is just single club access, no guests. But you would only have access to the Greece location, but for $10 a month. We welcome people to come in and take a tour and believe it's going to be one of the cleanest facilities you've ever walked into.
Which is so important, as you said, especially right now, but was how you were operating to begin with, which is awesome. So the price point is about as affordable as I can imagine. That's really, I have to think that that people are going to find that very easy, a very easy lift, not heavy on the wallet at all. And, finding really friendly people on the other end is, of course, also important. I have gone into gyms, I'm thinking about me many years ago and in a whole different geography. If you walk in and the people in the gym aren't friendly, it's really tough to go back, because often you're walking into a gym and maybe you're there because you don't feel so good about yourself to begin with. You are feeling like you're not where you wanted to be, either in terms of fitness or in terms of appearance or possibly both. And, and you can very easily feel a little bit out of place. So being welcoming and friendly and inviting, boy, that's so important. I think you guys have you're really putting your finger on something that's essential for a good gym and a good workout. So you've got all of these, these great things to offer. Are you contemplating doing any events over the next year or partnering with? I know you guys are also really big on the community and giving back and partnering with other businesses. Are there any things like that you think that our listeners might be interested in? And and any other specials that you might run in the future? Do you run specials like every so often? Is that another reason to check out the website? What was it, blinkfitness.com?
Yes. I would tell you that right now the Orange membership that we've relaunched, the $10 a month, is something that we are considering a limited time offer. It was not something that we came into the market with, and we thought that coming out of this, it was the right thing to do, to just give more value to the community and say, hey, listen, this is. We believe in this gym so much that we want to come back out with the best price point that we could ever think of offering. So that's a big special. We're also offering, and we just got it loaded up today, is a $75 student special where you can get the rest of the year for $75 if you show up with a student ID.
Wow.
So that goes for high school students ages 14 and up. If you bring in a student ID, you can get the rest of the year for $75. Gives you a chance to really try us out, get a good feel for it, and see if you wanted to join for a monthly membership. It also goes for college students as well. So if you bring in your college student ID, $75 for the rest of the year.
Those are great prices. That's awesome.
And we are looking to partner with some other organizations. Right now we're working in conversations with the Alzheimer's Association. I know they're a great member of the Grease Chamber, and you've sort of introduced us there. But we've been supporting the Alzheimer's Association here in Syracuse for the 2 years that we've been around here, and we just began sponsoring the Alzheimer's Walk last year in Rochester, and looking forward to figuring out a way to participate in that again, and just getting our feet under us right now. We know that we'll be back into our community supportive role for the local organizations that we've been a part of here as soon as we really get back into full swing.
Yeah, you and others, because they have to be back in full swing too. Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up because I know from the moment I met you, when you first entered the Rochester market, that you guys made very clear from the outset how much community support meant to you and means to you. So I think it's another aspect of the model for your business that's that makes it exceptional. So
we also donated. I apologize. I don't want to interrupt, but we donated over $3,000 worth of sanitizing wipes, gloves, PPE to the Salvation Army.
That's right.
Right around the beginning of April, when we knew that we were closed down, and we knew, hey, the Salvation Army's services are not being shut down right now. There are people on the front lines who are, serving at shelters and are serving at food lines that needed some of this PPE and needed to make sure they had a clean, sanitized surface for people to come into. So we actually donated cases upon cases of our sanitization wipes when you really couldn't find them, as well as some of our hospital-grade disinfecting chemicals that we had. We just donated just tons of bottles to the Salvation Army, is another organization that we feel very close with.
Yeah, and in fact, thank you for bringing that up, because I remember you reaching out to me, and we shared it with the chamber membership as well. And you're right, that was back when nobody could find any PPE. It was, very, very scarce to be able to find critical supplies that people needed. So, good for you guys. What a nice and generous thing to be doing for the community, an essential thing, actually. So now, before I let you go, JJ, one thing we didn't mention that the listening audience might be interested in is exactly where Blink Fitness is in Greece.
So we are in the Ridgemont Plaza. We are at 2833 West Ridge Road, right in that Wegmans Plaza, next to Best Buy. And, it's just a gorgeous facility and a gorgeous place to be, and we'd love to have you come down and take a tour. You can check out the facility, see if you feel safe and comfortable in there. We're doing everything possible from social distancing to having 100% certified staff in our new elevated cleaning procedures. We've done some gym reorganization to space our equipment out to make sure that, we're not just shutting down every other piece. We've actually moved it around and reimagined the inside of a gym so you can, get a chance to feel that spaciousness when you're there. And then we have a commitment to our members to educating them on the roles that we play as well as that they can play in keeping our gym safe and healthy. We feel very, very confident in our ability to and our protocols to show our members that we can operate safely. We put a lot of time, effort, money, and thought into the layout of our gyms and the protocols that you come into, and we've just had tremendous respect coming back from our members over the first 3 or 4 days, and they've just told us nothing but how comfortable they feel there. They said, "You guys were clean before," and we feel very confident that you're going to be able to continue to do that. So our job is to just show them every day that's who we are and what we believe in.
Terrific. JJ Potrikus, Blink Fitness, Ridgemont Plaza in Greece. We're delighted that you're reopened and hope that people reconnect or reach out to you for the first time at blinkfitness.com. JJ Potrikus, thank you so much. Hope to have you back again on Business Voice.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm honored to be here, and I hope you and your family are staying safe at this time.
Thank you very much. The same to you and yours. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, don't go away. We're going to be right back with my next guest. Don't flip that dial.
WYSL Avon Rochester.
Radiant Hire Solutions is igniting growth in the Rochester and Buffalo areas for healthcare, manufacturing, legal firms, and industries, small and large. We are focused on sustaining critical hiring for essential team members and skills, or helping with a virtual interview process needed to navigate this time. We want to let you know we have services in place right now to help. If you have to go with less staff to do the most critical things during this uncertain time, do you have the right skill sets to sustain and grow? We know your services are extremely important and need to continue to be available to the community, and we are able to help you manage through the current situation. Virtual recruiting is something organizations are making a full transition over to. Do you have the tools and processes in place to be successful in a virtual recruiting world? We can help. We invite you to schedule a free virtual consultation with us. We also offer exclusive discounts and special consideration for Grease Chamber members. Give us a call. We'll be with you every step of the way. Visit RadiantHireSolutions.com or call 585-734-3905.
Depositing your money with Genesee Regional Bank helps strengthen the local community. That's because GRB lends its deposits to local businesses and individuals so they can grow and prosper. From your favorite bakery to your family dentist to the technology company where your neighbor works, to helping families buy a home. That keeps Rochester rock solid. Become a GRB client today. Genesee Regional Bank. Community banking, community building.
Visit grbbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 417491.
At WellNow Urgent Care, we know access to safe, reliable care is important now more than ever. That's why we're taking convenient care to another level. Our center on Dewey Avenue is now open 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. with new safety standards in place. So don't delay care. We are open, safe, and ready to see you. Visit wellnow.com to check in online or walk in to one of our nearby locations in Irondequoit, Gates, and Fairport.
Safeguarding your freedoms and your future. The WYSL stations.
Welcome back. You're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce sponsored by Bartolomeo and Perotto Funeral Home. I'm your host, Sarah Lentini, and I'm also the president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. We have a fantastic show. It's not over yet. We still have two guests, and I'm delighted to welcome the next of my guests, Michael Garver of Minuteman Press. Welcome, Mike.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. I'm honored to be here.
We're delighted to have you on the show, and especially delighted because even though Minuteman Press is not a new business in Greece, it's under new ownership, and you're the new owner. Isn't that right?
That's correct. Yes, I took over June 1st. Not the ideal time to take over a business, but nevertheless, here we are.
Right. So wonderful. Congratulations. Things will change and normalize undoubtedly. And I think at this point, probably fairly soon, but good for you. It isn't everybody. I'm laughing at you laughing because it probably isn't everybody who would, purchase a new business, an existing business, but a new business for you in the middle of all this. But you're somebody with a lot of experience, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me about that. What have you been doing, and for how long?
Well, sure. I mean, I have a lot of corporate experience with large corporations. I was living in Southern California working in the automotive industry. I'm originally from the Rochester area. I moved back in 2004. At that point, I invested in real estate, and I owned real estate throughout the area. I also worked for a couple home improvement companies. I was the chief financial officer. This opportunity came across my plate. I saw it as a great opportunity here. The company's been in business in the same location in Greece for 35 years now. We have an excellent staff. One member of our staff has been with us. It'll be 32 years in January.
Oh, my gosh.
So, this seemed like a great opportunity to take over this business. We're very happy here. We have a lot of great customers. We're in a great community here in Greece and also Monroe County. And so, we're just happy to be here and be in business. Well,
I got to tell you, first of all, just going back to the experiences, even though you went through them quickly, I was ticking off in my mind, what a diverse range of industries you've been involved with and what great, I heard, basically a CFO job and other roles that perhaps weren't financial, but all that experience sounds pretty phenomenal. I imagine is really coming to bear in a very nice way for you because as an owner, you kind of have to know a lot of different things to own and run a business.
Absolutely. You have to wear a lot of different hats, and the experience does help. It is a diverse experience that I have. I've worked in a lot of different industries. I've been around business since I was a kid. So, this is an opportunity now to take it, this business to the next level, and that's what we plan to do.
When you say as a kid, was someone in your family a business owner?
Right. My father had his own business, since the day I was born. So since I was small, I was always working in and around the businesses, and so I got a feel for that and a sense for entrepreneurship. And, so this is kind of us having that opportunity to take something up to the next level.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. You weren't kidding if you were a kid and your dad was a business owner. What a nice way to spend time with your dad, and how nice to learn from your dad and be able now to create some things of your own. So I would just concur. Minuteman Press has been a really stable, strong, effective, successful presence in the Greece market right there on West Ridge Road in Greece for a really long time. And there is a terrific staff. I didn't realize anybody had been there quite that long. I think I know who that is, but that's quite something. So I hope you're planning on a big party for him or her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Terrific. Yep. And one of the things, we should probably talk a little bit about what you offer, but one of the things that I also wanted to mention is, we're a little bit, we would normally, maybe we would have thought about doing this a little bit earlier, but, as things are still in kind of a reopening mode, we're planning together to do a ribbon cutting at your place. Yeah, and I think it's November 5th. I was just looking at it this morning, so I think it's the morning of November 5th at 9 o'clock, and it's on the Chamber's website and events calendar, and it's free and open to anybody who wants to attend. And it's a nice chance to mark the sort of the relaunch of your business under your ownership, under new ownership. So I hope people will attend, and they can check it out on our website, which is greasechamber.org. And it'd be nice, actually, if you could help me if we also gave the address of the business. I know where you are, but I don't actually know your street address.
Sure, absolutely. We're at 1577 West Ridge Road.
And you're right across from...
They call it the Street of Shops.
Okay.
Da Vinci's Restaurant is in there, Exceed Credit Union. Rock City Furniture, they're a customer. We're also right next to Red Lobster, right off the 390. If you're heading north on the 390,
yep.
You get off the Ridge Road west, the exit heading east, and then we're right there on the right-hand side.
Yep, you're right on the right-hand side if you're coming off of 390 north, which is very convenient. And there's parking right in front, correct?
Yes, plenty of parking.
Plenty of parking. It's free. I bring that up because for me, that's a major deal. I want to know that I know where to put the car, and I'm not going to have to futz or to pay. So that's awfully nice as well. So Minuteman Press. I think a lot of people probably, maybe not, but maybe, I'm guessing that they know that you print things and that, certainly you print business cards, but you do much more than just printing one thing. And then I think you do more than even your traditional printing, right? Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Well,
Sarah, we are a full-service printing and marketing design company, but we offer all types of business services, such as advertising, printing, of course. We do a lot of direct mail. We also do custom-branded apparel, promotional products. We can design and print anything to help a business grow. We also have pickup and delivery.
Wow. Oh, that's very nice. I don't even have to come and pick it up from your place?
That's right.
That's awesome.
We'll come and get it from you.
And did I hear apparel in there?
Yes, that's right. We do custom-branded apparel. So if you wanted apparel with your logo, we can do it, or with any images. Anything you can put an image or text on, we can do.
So you could do that with like pens or mugs or T-shirts?
That's right. Pens, mugs, T-shirts, keychains, and pretty much anything. We did cups for a gentleman that's he's hosting some shows at the Comedy Club. We did branded cups for him. Pretty much anything. They call them tchotchkes, keychains. Anything that you can put an image or text on, we can do.
And a lot of businesses like those things so they can have a little giveaway for their customers, little giveaway at events. And, probably when you're buying in volume, the price per is not so terrible, right?
Oh, no, absolutely. When you buy the larger volumes, the price goes down per unit.
Yep.
And the good thing with these items, the promotional items, the idea is that these companies are able to get their brand in front of people. And the more often that your brand is, seen by customers or by people that, might be prospective buyers of your brand, the better off that you'll be.
Yeah, that makes sense. It isn't just for your existing customers, it's for your prospective customers, of course. Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. And on the printing side, you print pretty much anything and everything? Do you print banners?
Banners, signs, sandwich boards that you see out in front of restaurants, decals that go on windows. Anything that you can put an image on, Sarah, we can do. That's
awesome. That's fantastic. Do you do any print publications? Do you do or help people with those?
We do. We could do publications. We do. We have some of our customers are manufacturers, so they're continuously buying brochures or manuals to go with the products that they sell. We do a lot of those. We do calendars. For a lot of companies, they like to hand out calendars at the end of the year for their customers. Anything that gets an image on or text, we can do.
Yeah, thank you. I knew you did a lot, but knowing that it's a lot is kind of different from hearing all the different possibilities. I think it's, thank you, you painted a really great picture of the broad range of things that somebody could turn to you to. And what is left off the table? You said pretty much anything you could put an image on, you can handle. So that's pretty amazing. So we're very excited that you have relaunched the business, and very excited about being able to participate in a celebration on November 5th of that relaunch with a ribbon cutting. And, folks not just from the chamber, not just from the business community, but the community as a whole coming to cheer you on, all of you, you and the terrific staff, now your terrific staff, and really looking forward to working with you as we all reopen fully to help reconnect and engage with you and with others. So we really appreciate your coming on. I'm looking forward to being able to have a conversation with you, that's really live and in person very soon. We're starting to do lots of in-person events, again, obviously with all the right protocols in place, social distancing and masks and the care with the size of the group that is needed. But we're very, very excited to be able to do some of that directly with you. Mike Garver, new owner of Minuteman Press, right on West Ridge Road in the town of Greece, next to Red Lobster, you said, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. We're delighted that you've joined us on Business Voice and hope you come back and tell us what you're up to once you've been in the saddle a little while. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah. It's been a pleasure.
You're very welcome. All right, don't go away. We're going to be right back with my next guest from NFIB, Greg Biryla. Don't flip that dial.
The loss of a loved one can be an overwhelming time of hectic activity and high emotion. Remembering and celebrating the lives of those who have passed is important and fulfilling. A meaningful farewell, focusing on their life story, can help with healing. Some families turn to the clergy at their church to capture the essence of a person's life. However, those who may not be connected with the church may worry there is no one to fulfill this important role. At Bartolomeo and Perotto, we believe that a life remembered lives on. One of our trained funeral celebrants can help you thoughtfully design and organize your loved one's treasured memories and ensure that the story of their life is not forgotten. Discover how you can create a meaningful farewell. Visit Bartolomeo.com or call us today at 585-720-6000.
Need help with health insurance? The Greece Regional Chamber provides assistance with health insurance for businesses, nonprofits, families, and individuals throughout our region. We pride ourselves on the personalized service that we provide for our clients. Let us help you find health insurance plans that fit your needs and navigate the paperwork. Greece Chamber Benefit Partners, located at 2402 West Ridge Road in Rochester, New York, offers a broad range of medical insurance plans for businesses, nonprofits, individuals, and families throughout the greater Rochester Finger Lakes region, working with insurance companies including Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, Univera, and MVP Healthcare. We can also help you access insurance plans through the New York State of Health, the official health plan marketplace. Again, you do not need to live or work in Greece to utilize our brokerage services. We serve the greater Rochester Finger Lakes region of New York State. Visit greecechamber.org to sign up for one of our free health insurance information sessions or schedule an appointment with one of our licensed brokers. Call 585-227-7272. 585-227-7272.
More than 20,000 watts of truth. WYSL AM 1040, FM 92.1 and 95.5 West.
Welcome back. You're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Bartolomeo and Perotto Funeral Home. I'm your host, Sarah Lentini, also the president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. And I am so delighted to welcome back to the show my next guest, Greg Biryla, who is the state director, New York State Director for NFIB, the National Federation of Independent Business. Welcome, Greg.
Sarah, so great to be here. Can't thank you enough.
Oh, you're very welcome. Greg, you are such a font of knowledge when it comes to what's going on that does and can impact business, especially in New York State, but also on the national level. But let's start by just making sure people know what NFIB is, National Federation of Independent Business, kind of at the 20,000-foot level.
Absolutely. NFIB is the leading small business advocacy association in the United States of America and in New York State. We have around 300,000 members across the country, around 11,000 in New York State. They are small, independently owned businesses, and they're the exact type of businesses that define your community and mine and your listeners.
Yep.
Along main streets across this state.
Yeah, they're essential. I mean, it's been said. It's a little cliche, but it's because it's true. They're the backbone of the American economy. So it's great to have an advocate devoted to small business in the country and in the state. And I think it's important for people to know that NFIB is not a partisan organization, correct? NFIB doesn't support a particular party. Is that correct?
Absolutely not. We advocate for small businesses in all 50 state capitals and in Washington, D.C. We work with Democrats, we work with Republicans, governors, members of state houses, anybody who supports small businesses in any way, we are happy to work with.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the great strengths of your organization, that you're working on both sides of the aisle. Maybe there are even three sides of the aisle now, but both sides of the aisle, and you have some very effective working relationships and connections with some key people at both the state and federal level, and that's what's needed. And then I think another great strength of your organization is that you're on the front lines of knowing not just what has happened that can impact small business, but what is being proposed, what's being thought of, what's being conceived that could impact small business. And so you have lots of great information to provide. So how do you even do that? I don't think I've ever asked you that question. Do you guys just go to a lot of meetings? Or
it's as simple as listening to our members. NFIB does not take a position on any major issue in Washington, in New York State, or any other capital without balloting our members and seeing what their viewpoints and opinions are. Most of the time, you need 60% of your members to agree with a given position before NFIB will advocate. So that, I think, gives us a lot of respect and legitimacy. We're not there throwing bombs. We're not there rabble-rousing. We are representing the views of the small businesses in this country and in this state. And even when you meet with lawmakers or members of the governor's office, agency heads, local governments, even if they disagree with what perspective you're bringing or what viewpoint you're bringing or a certain side of the position that you're favoring, they can't deny that it comes from the actual sentiments of small business owners.
Yeah, and I've always found, certainly working with you, that you're very well informed and very thoughtful and reasonable in the ways that you approach issues and then communicate issues on our behalf, which ends up making me, and I suspect other chambers as well as business organizations and businesses themselves, very comfortable joining with you in expressing concerns about a given proposal, because it isn't coming from an extreme or a rabid kind of a viewpoint. It's really coming from, a very reasonable, logical viewpoint. So just wanted to say that. I would love to know, I know this is, we'll never have enough time, but there are some priorities that you've identified for the immediate future for small businesses. Could you share with us a couple of those?
Sure, but before I get into those, I want to try to paint a picture that I imagine everybody's aware of. But NFIB recently conducted a survey. It was from, I believe, August 24th, so just a couple of days old, regarding COVID-19, economic reopening, economic conditions. It's one of those tools that we use to gauge where our members are at and guide our advocacy efforts. And this number just really jumped out at me. 40% of small businesses do not believe that they can operate for more than 12 months under current economic conditions.
Wow.
That is 40%. And as you mentioned before, small businesses across the state account for half the workforce in the state, account for half the state's GDP. So that is the challenge facing small businesses, which I think frames some of the solutions or some of the priorities or suggestions that we're bringing forward in both Washington and Albany. So let's start with Washington. We expect some sort of additional federal relief package to be negotiated in the coming weeks. I can tell you from speaking with our members and data received from our members that the Paycheck Protection Program, while imperfect, was an absolute lifeline and a lifesaver.
Yes.
The satisfaction levels were extremely high as far as any government program I've ever seen. So thank the Lord for that, because it really did allow many small businesses to maintain operations and get some sort of cash flow into their business operations during this completely unprecedented time. And now we're at a point where a lot of those funds have been used. and many of those businesses are not back up and running, particularly in New York State, where we still have certain businesses that are closed down, are not operating under the NY4 reopening plan as of yet. And others, like restaurants, they may be technically open, but their operations don't resemble what they were.
Right.
So federally, we want to see an extension of the paycheck protection, or the payroll protection program. We want to see it become a little bit more flexible to allow business owners to apply it to some of the to their diverse needs in terms of their overhead. And we'd also like to see businesses that have been very, very specifically hurt by either COVID-19 or the resulting economic shutdowns to be able to take a second draw and apply, even if they've already done it once.
Yes, and the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce has expressed those same sentiments directly to federal elected officials. And I thought I had heard, some rumors that it was certainly being considered. So where are we with that? Is it still being considered, a second round of PPP? Because I agree with you. I think the program, with all its flaws, was a lifeline and a half. We have spoke with numerous members of Congress from the New York State delegation, and while nothing is concrete, and you'll never win any money betting on what's going to happen in Washington, D.C., there was universal optimism that these things were being discussed, they were being heard, and there was at least some level of bipartisan support conceptually. So obviously that's promising. So what is the timeline for this? Do you have any sense of that? And I think that often individuals, whether they be individual businesses or just individual citizens or residents of a community, don't think that they're expressing their opinion to an elected official matters. They think it's a drop in the bucket. I personally think that they'll be heard more than they think they will. Should people be expressing their support for a second round of PPP, and how should they do that? Without a doubt, small business owners need to be in communication with their elected officials, from your county coroner all the way up to United States senators and members of Congress. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Yep. It's trite, but it's true. And every other interest is doing it. Every other interest is leveraging whatever advantage they have with their members of Congress, with other elected officials at the New York State and local level. They need to hear from you as well. Small business owners need to be communicating with their elected officials and decision makers. Okay. So you would encourage people to pick up the phone, send a letter, do both, and encourage their elected officials. Have a meeting. Meetings are a little bit different in 2020 right now, but do whatever you can to communicate with your elected official, because they absolutely need to hear from you. And if they are not responsive to enough of the viewpoints of their constituents, that's why we have elections. Yep, exactly. So we don't have a whole lot of time left, Greg, but is there any other key issue that you just want to surface for our listeners? Absolutely. So a couple of things that both spread across federal and New York State priorities that I think small businesses really need to be keeping an eye on and communicating with their elected officials. And that's the need for, A, liability protection. Yep. If a small business or an employer is following state guidelines, federal guidelines, CDC, NY Forward, and they're doing it to the best of their ability, there needs to be some sort of liability protection, because you can see certain lawyers across this country sharpening their knives and seeing small businesses on the menu. So we have asked for it at the federal level. We're working on it at the New York State level. There are a couple of states that have done it, but some sort of common sense, due diligence, liability protections we think is absolutely instrumental for returning our economy as we move past COVID-19. Second is unemployment insurance. Small businesses across this state have had to lay off people temporarily during this crisis. Obviously, some of them were able to bring them back on, largely from the Paycheck Protection Program, but we do not want to see unemployment experience rating hurt because the business was forced to shut down by New York State action, was forced to shut down because of a national health emergency. There needs to be some sort of protection for experience ratings on unemployment insurance for small businesses. Terrific. Those are three excellent points. I know there are other issues. We'd love to have you back, Greg. We thank you so much for everything that you do on behalf of small businesses across the country and across New York State. Greg Biryla, New York State Director, NFIB, National Federation for Independent Business. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Business Voice. Thank you always, Sarah. That just about does it for us here today on Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Bartolomeo and Perotto Funeral Home. I'm Sarah Lentini, your host and president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber. We're so delighted that you joined us. I hope that you enjoyed listening to all of our great guests today. And please check us out on the web at greecechamber.org. That's greecechamber.org, O-R-G. And please tune in again for the next edition of Business Voice.
You've been listening to Business Voice. The Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce serves businesses, nonprofits, and individuals throughout the region, focusing on promoting economic and community development and serving as the voice for business. The Chamber offers networking, education, advocacy, community events, and business services. It serves as an important platform for business leaders and citizens to come together in support of common goals.